What's up, my name is Jordan Mitchell, and in this YouTube video, I'm going to talk about why I think you should care about this YouTube channel that I just made, and why I think you should make a YouTube channel in the style of this YouTube channel, because I think we are at a unique point in history in democratizing education, and I think a YouTube channel in the style that I'm going to explain to you is one of the best things that you personally can do to contribute to the world and make it a better place. And so that's a pretty big promise, especially for somebody who has not started this channel yet. So it's an untested hypothesis, but hopefully I'll be able to articulate why I think it's important. And the reason is that there's so much knowledge in the world that is just hidden away inside the cracks of people's brain that never see the light of day. And there's so much information that's been democratized and put out into the world, but there's still so much that hasn't. And think about it, for any given field, cooking, storytelling, design, though, to get really world-class at it, there's so many unspoken, intuitive things that people do that they can only learn through experience. And so if you talk to the best designer about how they made a design, even a simple design, they could probably go on and talk for an hour about all the many choices that they made about the color, the contrast, the positioning, why it was exactly like this. And I think long form content allows you to begin to extract some of that deep intuitive knowledge that people gain from their experiences. And some of it can be tactical knowledge for something like design, and some of it can be observations about the world from your travels, from your experiences, from your stories. But there's so much information locked away inside of people's brains that never get shared with the world, either because people don't ask, or people don't share, or if they do share, it's usually in a small, intimate setting with just the people directly around them. And I think YouTube allows you to broadcast into the wider world. But that doesn't answer the question as why should I do that now? So what? I start a YouTube channel, it gets 2 views for 3 subscribers. What is the point? And that's probably what I'm expecting this channel to be for the next 5 years, is me talking into the void. So why is it worth doing still? And that is where AI comes in for real. When you think about AI, what is it actually good for? Right now, what it's best at is taking a ton of data and making sense of it. You can throw a ton of inputs at it, and it's able to process it and make it make sense. Like if you think about the TikTok AI algorithm, there's so many factors, so many variables that it's weighing, and somehow it's able to serve you up the most crack cocaine, heroin-inducing, dopamine-driving experience ever, because that's their goal. But it's able to take all these different variables and feed you the exact videos that you think is going to be funny, and it's really good at it. Or if you think about ChatGPT, it's able to sort through all the possible information that's been fed to it, billions of parameters of information, and sort it so that you get a question that makes sense. And the reason this makes sense to this conversation is I think if people can start to first just like express their thoughts and ideas and opinions into the world and consolidate it into a hub for themselves, once the AI technology comes around to be able to compress that and actually make sense of all this raw output, you'll be able to use it as a tool to better understand others and yourself. So I can go to the Andrew Huberman AI today, and by the way, this technology already exists and is functioning today. It's just a matter of when it will be accessible enough for the average person like me with 0 subscribers. But I can go to the Andrew Huberman AI and ask pretty much any question about any science thing he's ever talked about and get his thoughts. which is really powerful for education and for learning from the best in the world. But it's even more powerful, in my opinion, to then use on yourself. If I have a backlog of 5 years of reflections on my life, career, musings, learnings, yes, I can help people in the future who want to go a similar path to me, and hopefully I am able to rise to a path that people deem admirable. That's to be determined. But more than that, I'll be able to look back and like ask my own questions to my deposit of information and make more sense out of my experiences. And so that's why I think AI makes sense in this whole movement, and why I think you should start a channel like this. One, selfishly for yourself, because I think the technology is coming very quickly to help you make sense of all of this. And you can do it by writing, you can do it by journaling. I think video's easier to produce. It feels easier for me to sit down and talk to a camera for half an hour than to sit down and write for half an hour. And I think vocal communication is a skill that I would rather be really good at, and so I'd rather practice it, less personally. But you can write as well, but I think having a deposit of your collective information is super cool to later access for yourself, and then for others to then learn from what you've learned. And yeah, that's where I think sharing publicly is so cool, because people can learn from you. Like, I love watching Virgil Abloh's hour-long lectures where he has a 360p camera and shitty slides talking about his philosophy of design. And I wish more people published content like that. So this is my rant for the day about why I'm starting this YouTube channel. It's going to be almost all unedited, and it'll be in contrast to my other YouTube channel, which is kind of high production pieces that I take a lot of time to edit. This one is going to be pretty much no editing and just posting into the void with the goal of educating and sharing my thoughts. And, you know, maybe in 5 years it resonates with somebody. I could have done this on my main channel, but I didn't want to ruin the aesthetics that I've built up on that channel, even though it only has 500 subscribers. And so if that's the only thing holding me back is starting another channel, then who cares? I'll do it. It probably doesn't make sense. I probably should just use that same channel, but I'd rather use a stupid excuse and get started than to hold on to a stupid excuse and not get started. So I think these are my main thoughts that I wanted to talk about. Oh yeah, so I'll do the thing. What you can expect. I dropped out of university 2 years ago to start doing freelance video. Now I've worked with some top startup brands. I'm not like by any means the best in the industry, but I've forged a relatively successful career, early career, doing that. And so, yeah, this is my attempt at passing the ball on. And so you can expect videos that aim at that end, as well as sharing my thoughts and philosophy on culture and design, which is more what this type of thing is. Because I spent a lot of time thinking about that, and I think it's interesting, and some people think it's interesting too, and so maybe you're one of those people. But regardless, take care, peace. Yeah.